An old couple, a lady dressed in a Victoria gingham dress that seemed very simplistic, and an old man dressed in simple trousers and plaid suit, walk in to the office of the Harvard University's principal and look at the secretary and say, "We are here to see the principal, to see the dean of the Harvard University." The secretary looks at them up and down in disdain, the way they are dressed, and says, "Sure, sit down." The dean of the university does not have the time to meet with every single villager that comes over there, and she hoped that over the day they would choose to walk away. Now, across the day, as the couple sat over there, they noticed a lot of other people come by, meet the dean, and leave. And yet they sat there patiently without getting up even to go for lunch. And finally, in the evening, the secretary realized that they were starting to cause a distraction and were really spoiling the decor of the office when the other people were walking in. So she walks into the dean's office and says, "This is couple, they're just not going my way. So maybe just give them a couple of minutes and then they will leave." And the dean sighs out of exasperation and says, "Okay, send them in." He didn't have the time to meet every single couple from every village. He was the dean of a very prestigious functioning university. Now, a small disclaimer right now. We don't know how truthful this is, but this is a story that is told a lot of times everywhere. So let's go with that little bit of a disclaimer and a little bit of a thought process that whether it's true or not is not we're looking at. What we're looking at is the learning from the story, right? Okay, so he asks for the couple to come in and he actually goes forward, sits down, very busily signing some papers. When this couple walks into his room, he doesn't even ask him to sit down. And then they say, "We had a son who was going to Harvard here, and in his first year, he passed away. He died. It was an accident. And we would like to actually donate or create or put up a memento for our son here in Harvard." And the Harvard dean looked at them and said, "What? If I start to build a statue for every person, every student that died here, then entire Harvard will be full of statues of students. I will not be able to create a memento." And then the couple looked at each other and said, "Oh no, we were thinking of maybe donating a building in his name to the university." And the dean laughed with a big guffaw. "Would you a building? Really? Do you know how much it costs?" Looking up and down at their clothes and wondering if they could even afford a few small rooms, forget about a building. "You know how much it costs across the entire university? I have $9 billion worth of infrastructure and buildings. Did you know that?" And the husband and wife look at each other and the husband says, "My dear, isn't all it takes to start a university $9 million? That's it. Why don't we just go and start ours instead of donating a building here?" And much to the shock and surprise of the dean, they get up, walk away, go out and buy a plot of land nearby. And the couple started out the Stanford University, which is also an extremely reputed university across the world. A little bit of misunderstanding or understanding based upon how people dress. That should never be the way we judge somebody. But unfortunately, if the story, whether true or not, shows us that people tend to judge and create impressions just by looking at sometimes how we dress. So when you're going to meet an important client, when you're going for an important discussion, when you're going to meet a friend that you want to make a great impression on, just do that little bit of an extra effort and make sure that you look sharp so that you feel sharp and so that you can be sharp. I'm not saying that looks matter completely, but I'm saying that because there is a percentage, and actually a pretty large percentage according to the research, of the first impressions that happen because of the way we dress, we need to make sure that we give that space and time for people to create a longer lasting, sustained positive impression by crossing the threshold in that first impression. Which is why you need to watch and have the right dressing etiquette for the right situation. This is Revati Thuraga from the Leadership Unlocked YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe and pass on to others who might benefit from it. Thank you.